When we study science and technology, numbers are very important. Numbers can tell us when the first computer was invented, how many people use a computer nowadays, and also what percentage of people use a computer versus a tablet. Numbers are a great way to understand the history of different technologies. So today, I'm going to give you a short history class about the smartphone. It's not boring, I promise. When I read the text about the history of the smartphone, pay very close attention to the numbers that I say. The numbers are going to appear in these colored boxes. Also, pay attention to the kinds of numbers that I say. More and more children around the world have a smartphone. In 2019, about 53%, more than half of US children had a smartphone. In the UK, 90% of children had a smartphone before they were 11 years old. Social media is the most popular way people spend time on their smartphones. About 70% of US adults said they use their smartphones to browse social media. The world's first smartphone appeared in 1994. In some ways, it was similar to a modern smartphone because it had a touch screen and a calculator. However, it was very different from the smartphones we know today. In 2007, the smartphone revolution started with the first iPhone, which was one of the first really popular smartphones. In its first year, 1.4 million iPhones were sold, and in 2018, 217 million iPhones were sold. Today, it is estimated that 66% of the world population has a smartphone. That means about 5 billion people have a smartphone. As you can see, we need numbers like years, percentages, and big numbers to tell the history of the smartphone. When you do the next exercise, you will have to write some big numbers. And you can choose if you write the big numbers using words or just numbers. For example, in this sentence, about 1.4 million iPhones, I can write this number using the word million. Or I can just use numbers like this. It's the same for really big numbers, like 217 million iPhones. I can write this using the word million. Or I can use numbers. Now you're going to do an exercise that's similar to the text that I read about smartphones. This text is about the history of radio and television. You're going to listen to an audio and you have to complete the text with numbers, years, or percentages. When you do this activity, it's a good idea to listen to the audio twice. Enjoy learning about the history of radio and television, and good luck.